Good morning, fellow option traders. Welcome to the daily scan for Tuesday, January 22nd, 2013. Well, expiration was last Friday, so the account statements all cleaned up. All those cues that were on there from the insurance policy and everything else all fell off. So now we are pretty much back to scratch. Let's take a look quickly at events for this week. Today we have existing home sales at 10 o'clock, which could be a market impacting event if it's more positive than expected or more negative. Bank of Canada announcement on Wednesday, jobless claims every Thursday at 8:30 a.m., which is pretty closely watched, and then new home sales on Friday. So relatively speaking, I would say that it's going to be a pretty quiet week from a scheduled news event perspective. Unscheduled news, that's a whole other subject. All right, back to here. Let's take a look. We're going to open relatively flat. Apple looks like as though it's going to maybe open a couple of dollars up. It's kind of funny. A lot of people talk about prices pegging to strikes, and Apple being one of them. Looks like it closed on Friday at 500, right on the head. Excuse me, which there's reasons for that I won't get into right now, but buyers tend to just drive the price to the closest strike on the monthly expiration dates, not so much on the weekly expirations. And it's just to mess with everybody's head. That's really the reason for it. VIX is down below 13. It was on the lower 13s last week, and now it has dropped below 13. That's relatively significant. Gold has just kind of been creeping up, hanging around the 1700 number. Let's take a quick look at a chart. So it has been over the last month just been kind of creeping up from this low back here at 1645. So that's something to keep an eye on. It's up to the 50 MA here, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it, see if it breaks through. Over here on the weekly, it's right at the 15 MA. And we like to see it get above it and the 15 MA start to bend up and price just kind of bouncing off of it on its way up. That is if you are bullish on gold. Looking at our current positions, we just have a few credit spreads here, nothing in the profit tent portfolio except for what I put into my paper trading account that I mentioned last week, and I actually showed you what I did. I'm going to be making a video on that this week, I think, maybe even today, where I am going to hop into the Thinkorswim time machine and go back to last week and actually put those trades in. I've had a couple of questions from people that wanted to know how I did that, if I legged in or what, and basically that's what I did. I legged in. So I'll be showing that for those of you that might be interested in seeing that. It'll be an extra video, not part of the daily scan. So, okay, back to Apple here. We're effectively flat on Apple. Salesforce, we're up 20 bucks, and Panera Bread, we are at 0. So we'll keep an eye on what the market does here today. Let's take a look at the A+ list. Let's not, without any further ado, we will take a look at our positions on the charts today. Alright, so Apple. We have this bear call. Pretty safe distance here. We have earnings coming up. When is earnings here? Oops. Earnings is tomorrow after the market. That's going to be fun. Who knows where it's going to go? I'm going to stick in this position. Let's take a look at the expected move here. Expected move is $31. So our short is at 560. So if it moves $31, it's going to move here. The $31, the expected move, the market maker move up here, is basically taking a look at the spread on a straddle, and that's what the break even on a straddle. So that's pretty much what they figure this on. So we only have 2 more weeks on this position that we have open, because they started this 6 week or 6 expiration weekly on the more popular options, underlines, and Apple is one of them. And like the spiders, and I think the Qs, and I don't know, there's 10 or 15 of them, I think, and they might be adding more every week. I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but when I see it pop up here, then it just gives me additional options to get to maybe the delta and the time frame that I'm looking for, which is really kind of a nice feature, to tell you the truth. So we should be safe here with a 30-point move. Amazon. This was a suggested iron condor, which I may have done on that paper account, but we're more interested in what we can do this week with Amazon and where we are with our indicators. Possible secondary entry, but I'm not going to mess with this with earnings. I got enough earnings things to lose sleep about. Let's take to see what happened here with BIDU. Alright, we were looking for a bounce. We didn't really, we wanted to break above this high. We got our alert, but passed on that trade. So, still watching it. I'll still put an alert in here. We want it to break out of that high. And then we'll take a look at our deltas and the time frame and the expected move and everything else, and we'll see if there is an opportunity there based on earnings out here. We'll see what kind of choices we have for getting into a trade. Earnings is 3 weeks away. All right. CF Industries. I was looking for a bounce more down here. Again, broke above. But didn't stay above. So that's a pretty heavy spike right there. So let's just take a look at, get a little bit above the close, and we'll put an alert on this one too. At or above. Alright, so that's 2 alerts that we have. Chipotle, we're in, but let's take a look at the chart anyway. No, we're not in Chipotle. We were, that was the one that spanked me last week. Spanked me good. That's a shame. That's really a shame. But there's no re-entries here on this at this point. CRM we are in. We'll get rid of this simulated trade here. We need to be above 165. Our earnings is next month or after the next expiration. Nothing to worry about there. Possible second entry here to be able to maybe accumulate some more. So I'll put a little circle there, and we will see. We'll add an alert here. We want to get above this high from this day. So we'll set an alert. Okay. That's not, we need to move that up a little bit. Let's grab it here. Yeah, I want to get that above there. Replace. Okay. Now we have an alert on that to maybe add more to our position. Google. We have earnings today after market. Oh, this should be fun. This should really be fun. Do you want to take a guess, anybody? Let's see what we're looking at here for our expected move. 38, plus or minus 38. Market maker move. 38. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see what it does. We'll put a note on here. Let's put a note. And we'll say MMM 38. And then we'll take a look at it tomorrow and we'll see what it did. Let's move this over to today's. There we go. They're expecting $8.61. Is that what that says? Wow. Okay. MasterCard. We were looking to jump in on this. We didn't get, we need to get above that, this high. And confirmation would be like a slight move up here and another green candle. We have earnings on 131, and I'd be willing to bet that they're going to be stellar because most of the rest of the banks have been stellar, and MasterCard is a bank now, I do believe. So we are going to add an alert there, and that's probably our highest probability trade based on taking a position in direction for earnings. All right. Let's take a look at Netflix. Netflix, this was a nice entry. I don't know what happened here on Friday. I think they might have been a little preoccupied. So looking for something above here. So we got a lot of alerts on for today, and we'll see. This account is like I said, it's been hit pretty hard. I may do these in the Profit 10 portfolio account just because they're looking pretty good. Price line moving up and no entries. Remember, we're looking for stochastic to pull back down here, but momentum to continue to the upside. And last but not least, Panera. We are in Panera, and actually, this is like an opportunity to add to it, but I'm not going to on that particular one, just because I have so many, and I don't want to have these alarms going off all over the place. So I think we got some pretty good ones, and we'll just keep an eye on it for today, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and happy trading.